we're all hoping for a win. And I suppose we don't have a choice. A win is the only thing that can save South Africa today. A draw will not do it. They will be coming back home if they draw. It is Italy, in fact, that will be moving forward. And obviously a loss will also mean that the team is eliminated at the very first round. But we're still at the Freedom Park Heritage Site, I beg your pardon, and we're in the a gallery that's organized by the South African Gallery of Legends. And you may be forgiven for thinking that Sphiwe Shabalala is one of the people that will be joining us or have joined us here today, because behind me is a statue or a sculpture of the Bafana Bafana legend, Sphiwe Shabalala, and Kaizer Chiefs there. And he, of course, holds the distinction of having scored the first goal of the World Cup back in 2010, the Men's World Cup, that is. And then I'm just going to go through some of the legends that are on display here in the Gallery of Legends. And you see Chinchagulu over there, Kaizer Motaung, the founder of Kaizer Chiefs, a legend of Orlando Pirates as well. And I'm going to go on to Jomo Sono, Orlando Pirates legend. Some say he is the best to ever do it in South Africa, to ever put on football boots. Some who saw him say he is. And there's Brian Mitchell as well. He is a legend of boxing in South Africa. Amanda Kutse is also on display here. Makaya Ntini is the first black African to play for the Proteas, to play for the cricket national team. And he's also on display here, along with Gary Player, one of the greatest golfers of all time. So legends that are with us, some in spirit here today. And we're going to speak to another one who is here in person. But before that, there's also a display of the two captains of the national teams back in 95 and 96 respectively. Francois Pinard there, you see holding the Webb Ellis Trophy alongside Tata Nelson Mandela, and he won the 1995 Rugby World Cup as captain. Next to them is Neil Tovey holding the AFCON trophy back in 1996, again when South Africa hosted the tournament, which remains the only major trophy that Bafana Bafana have ever won. I spoke about a legend who's here in person, and another one who has a special distinction. Portia Modise is joining me this morning. She holds the distinction of the most goals by a South African player for the national team ever, 102 goals. As I welcome Bashin into the screen here, she scored 102 goals. No other player, male or female, has scored that for South Africa in history. She's here with me, hoping that those in Wellington can do what she used to do for the national team. Bashin, can they?
Morning, guys. Morning to the viewers.
Can they do it today?
They have to do it. We're having that hope that they will do it. They just have to fix some few stuff against the German game. You know, after that, the coach has got a pressure. He needs to play Andile. You know, he must play Andile. He needs to play Nukuma Club. Probably it's the last World Cup, but you can't put your experienced players benching while you see other national teams, European teams, they're still playing. Abo Marta, you know, is even older than me, Marta, but he's still playing. There's players who are 40-something. I always say, the more we mature as women in the game, the more we get better. But the younger people, they are struggling now. Now we need senior players, you know, to take over and make sure those young girls that are experiencing the World Cup for the first time, you know, they feel comfortable. And then they need to play what we're good at, where we're strong at, our game. They must put it on the feet. ZP Apa Mashibo, Apa Matsamai. Who said it's a World Cup? We can't bring Tina. What we're good at, because everyone they playing according to their strength. Why Tina Singa 76 strength? As Meng no Gushangat Menglaba Mengili Bamba. You can Yes, Okuleti Faye. I do believe good if we can get confident enough to say, this is the last game. We don't have anything to lose, and senior players control the game. They don't have to wait for the coach. They could also do it. Someone needs to read the game in the game. Someone needs to be a leader in the game, trying to motivate others. Then if they could recognize their chances and their goal, they will work as a team to protect that. They need a teamwork. You watch them from the screen, you can tell there's no teamwork, man. There's that thing which, let's go, guys. I saw Khatlane score the own goal. Everyone was looking down. No one is going to Khatlane. It's okay, boy, we can do this. It's just a mistake. I feel good. They lacking that confidence. Yeah.
And you speak about the pressure to play Andile for Desiree. Her team selection has been contentious. There's talks about who she will start or who she's supposed to start, according to a lot of the fans here in South Africa. But it's a predicament for her, don't you think? Because now it could be a final World Cup game for some stalwarts in the team, like Nokumatlo, as you mentioned. Do you go for that sentimental selection, or do you say, listen, we still have a chance to qualify for the next round of the World Cup? Let me put my best foot forward. With all due respect to Nuku, I'm not saying she's not one of the best players. And do you go for Andile because of the public sentiment, because of the pressure from South Africa, when you believe that Kaylin Swart should be starting in goal?
You're fixing the mistake that you did on the first game. You were supposed to play Andile in the first game. You won the Africa Cup of Nations with Andile. Why are you changing things? Sometimes you don't have to change something that is perfect. Sometimes play the players that they deserve to play, just because when they get to that field, they really give what they need to give. Sometimes I feel good, the color of our skin, yasbulala. I always say it's so unfortunate good when you blunt with the truth, people, they don't like you. I always said, we're not going to fix things go World Cup. We're just going to go there and present our country with the pride. But the problem is started at home. Women's football needs to be in the better position. We need to have development spaces from under 5 to senior teams. There's no generations that will replace the players who are playing today, go Banyana Banyana. There is no players that we're saying, we see which is our next class, going forward. So I'm just saying, we're not going to fix things go World Cup, but I'm just going to say to the coach, Mamela, you've got nothing to lose. You already messed up in your first game, not putting Unuk, not putting Andile. Just give it your best, Joe. Then let's see what results we can get. Because end of the day, if we lose this opportunity today, either way, bad comments you're gonna get. Either way, if I want Joe, yenza into obonayo now, good manje. Andile was, but the other party is gonna be unfair for Andile, because you bench me, moso uhluleka wena so uyangiqabanga, then nami angisekho sure ukuthi njengoba ungiqabanga nami ngiyoyenza zona lapha. So it's unfair now go Andile ukuthi she was never given an opportunity to show up ukuthi yena ugood kangakanani. Then later when the country saying a pressure, they mele baphosi pressure go Andile, but injalo Joe, if Andile needs to take the punch for the country, Andile take the punch for the country. But Tina, we know anything happen to the game, Mamela, we know ukuthi iqale kuphi.
It might be a pressure match and unfair on Andile to bring her on when we're desperate for the win. But that's what she's there for. She is a national team player, and if called upon, she has to step on that field. Do you feel then vindicated? You speak about the problems having started here at home, Portia, and you've always indicated that there's deep-rooted problems inside the Banyana team, and it's in terms of the association, it's more administrative than anything else. Do you feel vindicated? It was an unfortunate situation just before the team left. How do you feel about it?
I'm not surprised. It's not new. it's so unfortunate. Look at today we have an exposure of a media now. The media is more concentrating now, giving women's football an opportunity, to be exposed. But before we didn't have you guys, but we always had these struggles. It's just that we didn't have power, to put it out there. But today, because we have an exposure, and I've been talking about it, finally, when those girls stood up, I was like, yo, I want uNkulunkulu ba showering and Gucci. Finally, they need to stand up and speak how they feel and speak what they're going through. Because with the suppression that they're working under, I don't think any results will come. I don't think ukuthi khona umuntu ongasebenza suppressegile and then you'll get the results. Those girls, they deserve better. And I've been saying that it's so unfortunate good when it happened as courtesy wrong way. We needed to go World Cup. But Mamela, that's the language they understand. Maybe they promised those girls 2 months back they will come and discuss. They didn't come. They used to do this to us. Then they will come a day before we need to fly. We used to do this, not sit as fly. It's just that you guys, you were not there to see that. So when these guys do it, it's so unfortunate the media is there, as in like it's something new. Mamela, we've been going through this is almost by 35 years. So are we going to the 36 years with this generation of today and another generation? They need to do this. It needs to stop.
You have always felt that you were perhaps victimized because of your views, your strong views. That's what I wanted to say. Do you believe that Andile is being victimized somehow, or other players who might have some strong views like you did?
You know what is funny? I heard the rumors Gutu Andile was victimized just because Andile is close to me. Probably I'm the one influenced or Andile, to boycott and start the boycotting. But the reality of things, even no man influence, maybe they say I did. There's nothing wrong. It's about time they stand up for themselves. I'm not going to be apologetic with what Andile did. We have been doing it, and it's about time now they stand up and show the country, Gucci, Oposha is not crazy. We need better. It's not even about them. It's about the generation and the generation that will come after them. What are we implementing that will be better for them? Depression, the way we used to have depression, and the also influence of women. So I'm just saying, go to Andila ga suppress wa boteni. Uteni sharp, we shouldn't tie shit. So when I'm also selling one tenangeko when I went as a woman. When you suppress another woman because the man is saying suppress another woman. When you can't change that, then later you can answer good. They wanted me to suppress Andila, couldn't. If I lose my job today, I'm losing my job because I did the right thing. But you can't lose your job, then you rather suppress another woman. So I'm just saying that, I've been in Andile's shoes. I know. I've been suppressed for a long time in my life. Probably I stopped my career, not wanting to stop my career, but I knew I can't continue, to work under this condition, being suppressed by women. Yes, but there's women there. What are they doing? Why are not voicing out? Were they scared of what? They've got nothing to lose, most. So I rather see another sister suffering just because I need to protect my job. Let me tell you, I will never do that. These are my younger sisters. I laid the foundation for them. There were people who laid the foundation for me. And I will always protect our legacy because it's not easy to fight for the rankings. People who are maybe leading us, they never understood what the rankings are. They never put on my soccer boots.
I'm going to leave it there. Portia Modise, always so outspoken. And perhaps, Michelle, it is a bit of a confirmation of some of the rumors that have been going around of some of the omissions in the team. We're hoping that it will not affect their performance today and they'll come out of a win.